So, we are in June 1915 and the Germans are changing their strategy from a lot of low odds attacks to only a few attacks with high odds on the Western Front, 6-1, 6-1 and 5-1. And yes, and they will pull out troops from the Western Front because the trench bonus for the French is so yeah so important that attacks not really helpful. I don't think that they can get much more victory points shortly, and also the trench rules hinder the advance, and so it is not possible to get enough victory points on this map, and so they have to look for other opportunities. But first we make these handful of attacks, 3. And this is a 6-1 attack here, and the OHL marker is lying here on this spot, and I flipped the headquarter, so it's a 7-1. 7-1, it's then a 5-1 without dial modificator. And it's a 4, and the 4 by 5-1 is null losses. So, and they can advance while they have these They are also make some preparations to make a double move on the Eastern Front. If they want to do it, the French can attack, but he can close the line here. So he goes with this, and then he can attack this guy after the battles. So it's a 6-1. So it's a 5-1 minus 1. 5-1 is 1 and 1 in the end, and no advance. So you see, even with a 5-1, it's impossible. And I lose such a good ground unit here. No attacks anymore on this front. And here's a 5-1, and it will be a 6-1. And a possible advance. 6-1 is 3 is also null losses, and an advance. So it's not so important, but was the only point where I can use this headquarter. And now here is the next attack. It's with the OHL marker 3-6-9, and here also 9 is 18. It's 6-1. And it's rough, it's 5-1. The fighter 5-1 minus 1. Yeah, it's good for the German. This isn't good. If you shuffle the rules, so this. Okay, and the fighter asset allows another advance. Yes, I think this is a good trans, because now the French has to cover 4 hexes more instead of 2, and yes, this gives him a little bit to think about. Okay, so then we go to the Italian front. The Austrians on the move, they closed the line, nothing special. We can go over to the front in the on the eastern map. First we can take a look at the Serbian troops. They are deploying different from this spot here to this spot, because the Austrian, yes, they can also go to this spot. I see it now. No, not yet, because they have only 2 movement allowance, and he come only to this point, and this costs 2 more. So this is a good position for this situation, because in the other way they would like to go to this point and then attack. I don't know if they can really attack with these troops, but yes, I think this is a good defense position. Yes, the Russians are fearing the double turn, of course. In one of the first turns they lost I think 10, 12, 14, 15, 16 units in a double turn, and so they're pulling back. Yeah, it's not a guarantee, but behind the river, and yeah, they are so dispersed. I think it's not so in danger. And here, where they are in masses, they built a second line, so to hinder the advance, and because the Germans had used the OHL marker, not the Oberost. If the Oberost marker, then they can crash the second line also and go through and put here a lot of units out of supply. But so I think it's a safe position. I hope that will work out this way. So, and we have 2 attacks only. Here is a 2-to-1. It's 30 units against 9. Yes, against 9. Without headquarter, it's a 2-to-1, and it's a 3. And I think this is 1 and 1. Yeah, it's a 1 and 1. And yeah, the Russians have to wait for the next reinforcement phase to get new troops, but against the Germans it's a little bit yeah, not so good. Here is 45 assembled, and the Germans have here 11, so it's 4-to-1, and -2 for the trench. 5, it's a 3, 1 and 2. Okay, the first Germans losing their life in Galicien. The Reichsrundfunk, it was the Kaiserreich, the broadcast from the Caesar's Kaiserreich, reporting first losses on the Galician front, but yeah, not so much. I think they can live with that. Good, so then we go to the Near East. I hope the light is enough. First, we take a look at the Suez Canal. Suez Canal is safe. Yeah, task accomplished. Many troops pulled out of Europe and preparing to go back, 3 units, because it's hot weather and they are nearly useless here in this theater. On the other side, the Indian troops are going for Baghdad, not far away, and yes, the next round they can attack, but it's difficult. Von der Goltz is there. It's also hot weather here in Iraq, so yeah, an attack on Baghdad, I don't think it's really good, but yeah, if they lose 1 troop, 1 unit, then Baghdad has fallen, and then it's +3 on the I think, on the Turkish surrender roll, and yes, perhaps that could happen. The Russian makes a little more progress. One thing is they go here in the southern part, over the Tigris River, Euphrat and Tigris, the big rivers in the Near East. This is the Tigris River, firstly crossed from a cavalry brigade, and also here are 2 surrender points in reach. They try to go in the rear to Diyarbakir, so the Turkish has to think about staying and die or go back. And the same is here for Erzurum. Erzurum has 5 points, and the Russian had counted only 13, so it's not a good attack yet, but they can wait a little bit, especially when the headquarter arrives, and then perhaps then he can do something, or even before, I don't know, but nothing special. Yes, this is all. Now we can do the non-initiative player phase on this map also, and I think, yes, the English could attack against 10 factors. No. They even don't get it 2-1. Yes, they can pull troops back to Europe, but okay, I think this is a standstill. It's also hot weather for the Britain, so there no chance. The Central Powers here have to pull back to Baghdad, of course. This is the defense position. It gives a column shift, and yeah, it could be surrounded, but with only 5 troops you cannot surround 6, and so it is a safe place. The Indian troops could attack also the Persian gendarmerie. Yeah, it would be a 2-1 also, and with the cavalry a concentric attack, so they can, or they have to go outside. Yeah, it's okay, they cannot be set out of supply. And here, as I said, this unit in Van can think about stay and die against 2, I think 4, 6, 3-1. It's a safe die, or go to beat list. It's the better option. I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can also hit it there, but he cannot go further. He can rail away, of course, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is Diyarbakir saved. Yeah, but I want to rail away the 3 units from Egypt, and yes, perhaps they can stand the fight, but the 3-1 is a sure kill. But yeah, they take some Russians with them, and they get also reinforcements, and so yeah, I think it's okay. Good. What do we have next on the little side fronts? Is here is now in the Balkan. It's now time